What's happening, guys? How's it going? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, guys, I'll be showing you lot how to bench with minimal yet to no shoulder pain. It is something that a lot of us struggle with, including myself, over many years. And I've come up with 4 tips that I've been using over the last, say, 10 years now that really has helped me not have any pain while bench pressing. So without further ado, I need you guys to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get straight into it. All right, guys, before we get into the tips, I just want to show you the correct positioning of a bench press in regards to where it should be right at the start before you unrack. So follow me. Okay, first tip here is you want to make sure that your eyes are in line with the bar. So not too far back, not too far up, because this way you'll avoid hitting the pegs. Next tip, you want to make sure that your hands, so basically your wrists, are directly above your elbows. So you don't want to hold it too wide. If you hold it too wide, again, that's going to be too much of a pull on your pec. And if you hold it too narrow, it's too much pressure on your elbows. So make sure it's directly above your elbows. Last one, and this is one I'm still struggling with, it's called leg drive. So you want to make sure your feet are planted firmly on the ground. And every time you push up, you want to squeeze your glutes and basically push off with your feet as well, but don't let your glutes lift. So the bench press is known as the main mass builder in the bodybuilding world. It is the compound exercise that builds the most muscle mass in your chest. So it's important that you get the form right to avoid injuries. So straight into tip number 1. All right, tip number 1 is to retract your shoulder blades. So all I want you all to do is basically get your hands like this, pull them apart. That feeling you get on your back, so you're here, this. I need you guys to maintain that retracted shoulder blade scapula when bench pressing. So if I show you right now on the bench press. So position yourself appropriately on the bench. So as you guys pay attention to my shoulders, when I lift off the bar, I am pinching my shoulder blades back into the bench, maintaining that position. So look, that's how it would be normally. You really retract the scapula, pinch it down, pinch your shoulder blades together, maintain that position, and then go straight into the bench press. Every rep, make sure your shoulders do not move out of that position. Okay, guys, tip number 2 is to maintain a very nice arch on your lower back when bench pressing. This really helps to stabilize your whole body while performing the motion. You'll see a lot of power lifters, they have a very over excessive arch. We don't need to arch that much generally for most of us because we're not powerlifting. So how we do this, same principle as I showed on step 1. You're basically retracting your scapula and you're just basically pulling your shoulder blades back and lifting your chest up. Watch how we do. So guys, as you can see, on the left is the correct positioning with the good arch on the lower back. It keeps the core nice and tight. On the right is obviously the incorrect one. And if you guys ever bench straight, you'll notice that it just does not feel comfortable at all benching like you are on the right. So maintain that arch on the lower back, making sure your glutes and your upper back are firm on the bench. All right, tip number 3, guys, is probably one of the most important ones as well. It's all about the bar path. A lot of us, when we bench press, and I've seen it so much, including myself, they bench in a straight line. No, you should not bench in a straight line. What you want to do, you want to bring the bench to your basically nipple area, lower chest, and you want to press back to the start position. You want to make sure that the bar path is not straight. Many of us, including myself, when I used to bench in a straight line. You actually miss out on a lot of power. The optimum way of actually benching is benching circular motion slightly backwards to the start position. Guys, tip number 4 is to make sure that your elbows stay or remain tucked directly under the bar. So by this, what I mean is when you're holding the bar, your elbow directly stays under it. This avoids extra pressure on your elbows. So when you're doing the motion, make sure that your elbow is stacked under the bar. Let's demonstrate. All right, people, you can see here, the right shot is the correct shot where my elbows are positioned directly under the bar. The one on the left, as you can see, my elbow is really extending further back. And this is not ideal as you can damage your elbows over time and as you get stronger. So make sure you maintain that position as shown on the right. All right, guys, I thought I'd throw in one more bonus tip. And this is the importance of not flaring your elbows out too much. If you flare them out too much, you're gonna have another tendency to internally rotate, which will damage your shoulders. So you wanna keep your shoulders retracted and at about 45 degrees. If you were to call this 0 degrees, you wanna be about 45 degrees. I will demonstrate. All right, guys, as the last bonus tip here, the top one is, of course, the correct way of doing it. As you can see, my elbows are not flaring out so much. I've kept it at around 45 degrees. The bottom shot is incorrect. Look, my elbows are almost 90 degrees to my body, and you guys want to avoid doing that at all costs. All right, guys, so those are my 4 top tips plus a bonus tip that I showed you guys on how to bench press properly with minimal shoulder pain. With minimal shoulder pain. So give that a go, guys, and comment below what you think, how your body felt. If you feel like there was less pain on your shoulders, give it a few weeks, of course. Okay, guys, so those are my top tips plus the extra bonus tips for when bench pressing. I hope you guys utilize this. Make sure you do it properly. Avoid the injuries. Like myself, I had a really bad AC joint injury one time. So you want to keep it like this. Follow these tips. One thing that I forgot to mention, which I'm going to mention now, is warming up. So as you can see in a previous video, I was basically warming up the rotator cuffs. I love to use the cables here. Keeping your arms at 90 degrees, you're rotating and you're pressing above your head. Do this about 20 reps on each side, and that way your body will be nice and warm, your shoulders, rotator cuffs will be nice and warm, and you're ready to bench heavy. Alright, guys, so those were my top tips for bench pressing to avoid shoulder injuries. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you try it all out. Give it a few weeks, let your body get used to it, and then you're ready to bench heavy. Alright, guys. Okay. And then you're ready to bench heavy, and you'll be looking like these 2 monsters over here one day. Yeah, we wish. But yeah, guys, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. I really hope this video helps a lot of you out. And yeah, I'll catch you at the next video. Take care and peace.